Hey YouTubers, it's Danielle here. So I apologize for not having posted a couple videos in the past couple weeks, and there's a really good reason behind that. The reason why is because I've just been busy with the new semester at school starting and everything starting up again with schoolwork. Plus, I'm going to be auditioning for my school's play production, and that is because I am in Intro to Theater. I'm in an Intro to Theater course at school, and that requires me to get in 10 full hours of crew work, and that means needing to audition for the school play production to get those 10 hours plus more done and out of the way, so that way I have something to put on acting resume, because as you guys know, or as you guys may not know, I'm actually aspiring to be an actress, and I need to add more experience to my resume. So auditioning for this play and getting a lead role in the play could really help me go into that direction of becoming an actress and starring in some professional stuff and going on professional auditions. So that is why I haven't been posting videos for the past 2 weeks or so. But today I'm going to be providing you guys an Easter egg video for quite a few different things. I'm going to be talking about some Easter eggs that have been going on with a variety of stuff from the DC TV to what's currently going on with the Jean Grey Resurrection comics. So if you guys are finding me for the first time, be sure to subscribe to get everything. I will be posting new videos when I can, as frequently as I can. And I will make sure that when anything new comes up, I will be talking about it, because Deadpool 2, the second Deadpool trailer, gets released on Valentine's Day. So I will watch that and probably provide a type of video regarding the second Deadpool movie, as well as a video about the Dark Phoenix movie when they have a trailer released for that, probably sometime in the summer. And in addition to that, this spring I will be going to BeautyCon again this year. I'm going 2 full days of BeautyCon in New York City, and I will be doing the hauler package again. So I will be doing a hauler package haul on this channel in the spring after I go to BeautyCon. So if you guys are into that type of thing, keep your eyes peeled out for anything like that. And the best way that you can do that is by turning on your notifications and not missing my videos. So yeah, we're going to get into this video today. So first thing that I want to talk about is obviously The Flash, because I watched last week's episode, and last week's episode title was essentially an Easter egg in itself to Batman, and it was The Elongated Night Rises, and it's truly a story of Ralph Dibny learning to become a hero. And I think that the way how they're portraying Ralph Dibny on the show is pretty close to Plastic Man, Elongated Man, and Booster Gold, all wrapped up into one character. Definitely his mannerisms right now are starting to slowly a little bit remind me of Booster Gold from the Justice League Unlimited cartoon. He's definitely reminding me a little bit of Booster Gold with the cockiness and the fame and everything like that. So definitely, Elongated Man slowly starting to remind me of Plastic Man and Booster Gold, but you know what? I'm actually surprisingly okay with it. Maybe that'll change after he meets his wife, Sue Dibny. I don't know, but we're gonna learn as we watch a little bit more of him. And actually, what I loved about this episode of The Flash was that there were tons of Easter eggs in there. There were tons of Easter eggs. Again, it had the whole Henry Allen is here thing inside the prison cell, written inside, Barry is inside the cell that his father was in the TV show. So, as sad and heartbreaking as that is, you actually learn that there's a cellmate in there who Barry's cellmates with, and his name is Big Sir Dave, and he's actually portrayed by a pretty famous wrestler. I believe his last name is Goldberg. I never heard of him, but they got him into the show, and we learn that Henry actually saved Big Sir's life by insisting that Warren Wolf perform a surgery when his appendix had burst, and Big Sur essentially helps Barry out while he's in prison, getting into trouble with thugs, because he feels this need to owe Barry, in a sense. He owes Henry Allen, some type of thank you, and I guess him helping Barry out is his thank you to Henry Allen for that. And there you go. You have that going on, and I love the fact that they include that in there because it makes you feel like a little bit closer to Henry Allen, and they are doing Flash family stuff this season just by the assumption that they're doing Flash family stuff. It just seems as though Flash family is what they're going to be going for this season, because just judging by that mystery girl that appeared during the wedding episode and at the end of the Long A Night Rises episode, we can only assume that she is Dawn Allen. I don't think that she's Jenny Ognatz, who is Barry's granddaughter. I really do not think that that is the case. I just think that it is Dawn Allen because it feels like a little bit more significant. Because Barry said in the beginning of the season, we are going to need more diapers. And if Dawn Allen appears and she reveals herself to be Barry's daughter, then that's going to bring in the significance of, okay, we're going to need more diapers. Because there are rumors of Iris getting speedster powers in this season for like a brief time period, and the only way that Iris could ever get speedster powers is if she's from an alternate Earth traveling, like Flash family stuff that they're doing for a future episode this season, or if she has like something going on with the pregnancy where she's being given superpowers and she's being given speedster powers because this baby or babies are growing inside her, because in the comics her and Barry actually have twins, Dawn and Dawn, so that's going to ultimately lead into Barry saying we're going to need more diapers. So ultimately tons of Easter eggs are popping up, and this past week, like, Cecile actually has telepathy, so I'm curious to watch the episode. I save viewing the newest episodes of the show for the weekend, so that way I can concentrate on my schoolwork during the week, so I just binge watch them all on a Saturday morning, and that way I'm completely caught up with all of the episodes. I am watching Black Lightning. I am loving the show so far for what it is. I think that it is great what they're doing, and in all honesty, the character Gamby is really starting to remind me of a combination of Lucius Fox and Alfred Pennyworth. So if you guys wanted Lucius Fox and Alfred in the CW DC TV, then I guess Gamby is the closest thing that we're going to be getting to Alfred or Lucius appearing anytime soon. So yeah, lots of Easter eggs are popping up all over the place with the DC TV. And this past week on Arrow, last week, they actually referenced The Outsiders. And The Outsiders, as some of you know, is a team of superheroes that got formed up. And I actually did read some of the Outsiders comics, the issues where Roy Harper and Dick Grayson reformed the Outsiders team. And part of that is Anissa Pierce, who is a character on Black Lightning. So if this is leading into a direction of them forming the Outsiders, I think that could be really, really, really great to see on the show, and maybe see them have like a standalone Outsiders television show if the Titans TV show that's airing on the DC streaming service is going to be, connected to the Arrowverse in some way. I don't know if that's a possibility, but you know what? Anything's possible. Never say never. I mean, they are having rumors about adding Donna Troy into the DC TV through Titans. So, yeah, never say never. Never say never. Okay, now that I basically covered all of the Easter eggs I wanted to cover for the DC TV, there are some things I want to mention for the Jean Grey Resurrection comics, the Phoenix Resurrection. The Phoenix Resurrection, I'm actually really enjoying the story so far, and basically what we learned is that Jean Grey is resurrected, but she's living inside this egg that is getting ready to hatch and make her become the Dark Phoenix yet again. And basically the whole idea of this egg, or whatever you want to call it, the whole idea of it is that it basically gave Jean her ideal, perfect life that she would love to live, that like everything that she could ever want to have. Annie's Diner is a direct connection to the name of her childhood best friend, Annie, who died when getting hit by a car, which caused Jean's powers to manifest. So we automatically get a vision of Annie and the idea of like Jean and Annie working together, which is something that Jean could like want. You know, I can only imagine how badly she would want something like that, to have her best friend from her childhood, who was alive from the time that she was 10 years old, you know, back at her side like that. You know, you can only imagine how badly she could want that and how badly she would want that. So the Phoenix basically created this utopia for her to basically prepare her to be resurrected as the Dark Phoenix yet again, because the final appearance of her in the comics was actually in the year 2004 when she died, and she's been resurrected 16 times, and count this as the 17th time at least that she's been resurrected. I can't even count how many times Jean has been resurrected, but I think that this is about the 17th time that she has died and risen from the dead yet again. So basically the Phoenix has created this ideal world, this utopia for her, until she is ready to become the Phoenix yet again. And we have some major Easter eggs in here. We have James Howlett's garage. We have the lumberjack, which is actually a diner menu item, and that is a direct connection to Logan, as you know. And in this utopia, her and Scott are actually dating. She's living with her mom and dad. You know, everything just seems so perfect in this world that she is living in, that she is consumed in. But behind her, there is so much destruction and chaos being caused by the Phoenix, because it is waiting to bond with her and become the Dark Phoenix yet again. So ultimately, with the storyline, it's the X-Men going in there to save Jean from the Dark Phoenix and trying to save her. And ultimately, Scott is the one that tries to go in there and talk to her, rescue her, because quite frankly, Jean was the very first love of his life. But Logan, like, mentions to him, "Did you ever love her?" And even though I'm a huge Scott and Jean shipper, I ship them hard. Logan, like, tells Scott basically, you know, did you ever truly love her? Because Scott did fall in love with Emma Frost at one point. He fell in love with Madeline Pryor. But at the same time, I truly do feel like Jean is that person that he constantly tries to go back to, and he loves and adores her. But at the same time, like, is Jean truly, like, the love of his life? I think she is. But at the same time, Logan points out that he also loves Jean just as deeply as Scott loves her. So he is ultimately the one that's going to go in and try and talk to Jean and save her. And hopefully they'll succeed with that before the Dark Phoenix bonds with Jean and rises again. So I am really enjoying the storyline that they have going on with the Phoenix Resurrection comics right now. And I think that it's going to be great to tie that in. And I'm hoping that it gets tied in to the Dark Phoenix movie. I'm hoping that it gets tied in for some type of sequel, like Phoenix Resurrection or something like that. You know, that could be a really, really good thing for them to have in the X-Men movies. I really do think that I would find that very enjoyable. Or maybe that they can tie that into the Gifted television show and have the character Rachel Summers appear in the show. You know, like, I just have this idea of Rachel Summers being added into the Gifted television show and having sort of a rivalry with Emma Frost triplets, and that could be a direct connection to Jean and Scott. Even if they don't name drop them, at least that will be a direct connection due to her last name being Summers and her being their daughter. So that is basically everything that I wanted to cover with this Easter egg video. I know that I didn't cover a ton, but to me this is quite a bit, because quite a bit is happening right now in the comic books and also with the DC TV. So as I said before, if you guys are finding me for the first time, be sure to subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys!